try stay to install my new mailbox. Hi there, friend. I'm Dig Safety Man. My job.
The following is a special presentation.
From the Captain eSports Network.
This isn't just a game. This is iRacing. All right, welcome in on this Wednesday evening as we get you ready for some fun here tonight. An exhibition race, special event here tonight for GLSR. Of course, the Great Lakes Sim Racing Series as they get ready to kick off their 4th season of the Premier Series here at Daytona tonight for the Clash. It's their beginning of the season all-star event. Normally they do it towards the end of the season. This year they decided to do it beforehand, and they're going to have a little fun with this one as we're here for an open race. Basically, all those who have not won races in any of the series that have been hosted and more as we get ready to go racing here for 15 laps. They're going to go out there and qualify, and then they'll come back and go racing in this event. Kind of a small crowd, but that's to be expected here in the open race because a lot of drivers have won in the history in the event. Of course, there's a practice session actually going on right now for the main event, which is coming up here in a little bit. That'll be 25 laps. To this event here is all of 15 laps. And of course, Daytona, 2.5 mile track, which has always been the host of the Clash here. And that's what we're going to see is some racing here in just moments as qualifying about to commence, and they'll be on track here for the 15 lapper to see which car will race in the big finale here tonight. Of course, looking at the drivers that are eligible, basically, if you are not a past calendar year winner, if you are not a past SRX or Truck Series winner, a past champion, or a pole sitter from any of the series last season, you are not eligible. It's one of the rare lists I'm actually eligible for if I really wanted to, but nope, I'm going to sit here in the booth because that's what I'm here to do. Got a pretty good crowd of drivers here starting to show up here at the last minute ready to go. As I mentioned, qualifying is about to commence here in about a minute or so. Let's take a look at the schedule this season, which will kick off next week in Talladega Super Speedway. As you see, Daytona, of course, tonight, and then Talladega next week, Darlington on the 28th, and then Labor Day week off before we go to Charlotte, and then the first ever race at Barber Motorsports Park on the 18th of September, and you look down there at the October 9th date, the first time you will see a switch, as in the B car switches to the truck for the race at Eldora, Indianapolis, New Hampshire, Dover on Halloween, basically the week of Halloween. We go to the Monster, go figure. Michigan, of course, finishing out the regular season. The playoffs will finish up at Auto Club Speedway in December, right before Christmas time. So that is the way it looks right now. You still have a chance. I believe there's some openings for people who just randomly show up here tonight and want to go race in this league on Wednesday nights. You'll see it here on the Captain eSports Network, and you can be a part of the fun and race with people like Diego Sainz, who apparently has a boombox in his car, as we learned on TikTok. But anyways, yeah, we're about to go to qualifying here momentarily. But the one big thing that has changed here this season, and I'm going to have to put a donation jar in here somewhere to get right when I mess up what used to be called the Premier Series, of course, which was sponsored by Downrange Transport. They have now moved on, and I welcome you now to the sponsorship of Mr. Radiator. That is the sponsor of the series here this season. So you'll see Mr. Radiator over everything. Of course, big shout out to Joey Lanasor, who is putting a sponsorship up in this series this season. So qualifying is actually open. Oh boy, these cars are going to get to qualify together. So it's not going to be one of those who's the fastest. Well, it's kind of going to be, but it's going to be who's fastest in a pack, as Kayla Fosnot might want to slow up and wait for other cars, because it's going to come out to the cars that draft here. But everybody going out by themselves. Quinn Gingrich in the 48 car. We'll have to get used to that number with him in the car and not Dean or... of course, I'm going... It's been a long couple of days. Cam Ingram. But you're seeing the time show up there because the laps are going to count for these cars running by themselves. But obviously they're going to go out here and put up a lap, and let's see if they decide to go out there in a pack. Do they do this together? Do they decide to... I mean, that would be the fun part, to see all these cars in this race just go out in one pack. I've always thought it'd be kind of a cool qualifying to do, is to have everybody pace under caution and do a three lap session. You pace under caution, you come back, you take the green on lap 1, and basically in one big pack you were in qualifying, and whoever gets the fastest wins the pole after like 2 laps. All right, so Gingrich right now is going to be the pole sitter as he runs a straight up qualifying lap here of 50.68. You'll see, there's Caleb out here by himself. He completes a lap. And Caleb 50.9. So you got Dylan Rosenberg, who's out here by himself. Here's Bob Lukens, who about won this race a couple seasons ago. It looks like they're going to qualify by themselves here. I mean, Dylan Rosenberg is about 0.2 of a lap behind if he could get some kind of sniffing of the 33 car. I mean, I wonder if these guys are even noticing that they're out here together on track. Pack up together and go. So Caleb goes 50.83 on his second lap. Here's Bob Lukens, one of the OGs of the league, if you will, as he crosses the start-finish line. And Bob is 51.31, but he ran the top side the whole way around. Jeremy Frere with a 51.26. Here he is in this Liquid Death number 4, or as I like to call the kids' version of beer. I've started to realize more and more, and I kind of believe this a little bit. The generation of mine, as Frere goes 56.86, so Gingrich's lap, actually a pretty good one there for running by himself, is the generation of mine's version. See, my generation, we had what we called candy cigarettes. So, like, obviously a lot of our parents smoked when I was younger. So I thought it was always cool to go to the grocery store or convenience store and you get a box of candy cigarettes. You literally could eat them. They had a little red stripe at the end like it was a flame or something. As Rosenberg's in the purple here. Can he go to the pole in his 91? Clips the apron a little bit there. It might slow him up. Did it do it enough? It did not. 50.602. Oh. Well, they kind of ran one at a time, but in order to do the one at a time qualifying, you got to have somebody in there telling them when to go. But apparently that didn't happen. Anyways, yeah, so I think qualifying is going to end here in about 10 seconds, I think. I don't know how long it got set up for, but going back to that topic, so we had candy cigarettes, right? So if you go look at a can of Liquid Death, tell me it does not look like a beer can. So it's water, for those who didn't know. So it's perfectly legal for anybody to drink. So tell me you don't go find a 10-year-old kid all of a sudden drinking Liquid Death water, and it looks like a kid is drinking beer. Kind of the match from what we did in our generation. All right, qualifying is finishing up, so 5 minutes they had to do it. And looks like 5 cars ran, and Dylan Rosenberg is going to win the pole in the Ford Motor Company Ford. And nobody else going to run a lap. Not sure if we're going to see. Let's see. I know Strager's not in this race. Sean Peachin's an admin. So Jason Clark returning to the series. Paul Gall, the People's Champ. And Jacob Torton. And then getting ready for the big event coming up here after this. They're practicing right now, somehow. Over the other session, I bet you nobody's on track. They're probably over here watching us right now, getting ready for this race. But, you know what? Since we're going to be having a small time window between this race finishing up and the big race starting, let's actually go trackside now for the national anthem before we get the main event started here in a little bit. So let's do that now, and we'll come back for the starting lineup, which everybody is kind of gritting up now. So let's go to the anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right. So the cars are on the track here as we get ready for the open. Let's see, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars on track, ready to go here. And as we take a look at the 7 cars that'll start the race, Dylan Rosenberg on the pole. Robert Lukens there to his outside. Robert apparently working for PPM. Since when? Quinn Gingrich, the third starter, and Jeremy Frere there on the outside. Caleb Fosnot, Lucas Strayer. I think Caleb is any one of Peachin's guys now. I believe relation there a little bit. Strayer's not running the race, I believe. Jason Clark, Paul Gall, and Jacob Thornton, I think, are the ones racing. Let me see here. Thornton didn't grid either, so no Strayer, obviously, no Peachin, obviously, and Thornton did not grid. So 7 cars. About to go 15 laps. All right. So 15 laps, as I mentioned. As we're going to get tested here tonight. I kind of like it. So let's talk to Guess he's on the back straight over here real quick. He's probably getting coached up. That's Dylan Rosenberg. Got a copy? All right, I know you're way out there in the backstretch. Do you got a copy? I told my boss man these microphones wouldn't work. We'll try to get back to Dylan here in a little bit. He's forward focused, literally. Oh, it's because I'm not in the booth. I'm trying to talk to Dylan. I'm not even in the booth. Oh, this is going to be a fun season. That just happened. All right. We'll get that out of the way. That moment when you're trying to move somebody in Discord and you're not even in it. All right. Let's get this Clash Open out of the way. Oh, boy. As Rosenberg brings them to the green flag for 15 laps to decide who goes to the main event. This evening, pace car pulls off. Flag is in the air. Here we go. Get you some car audio. Of course, as usual, cameras presented by TrackCams22.com. Check them out online on Facebook and the iRacing forums at TrackCams22.com. Outside line trying to get formed up, but it's all of two cars. I mean, this is a good chance for... Oh, Clark's already given a bumper to somebody. Clark, who I believe in the official sessions a couple weeks ago, might or might not have started about 150 official races that week at Daytona. Did win one, I think. But Lukens leads lap 1. As the high line commences up top. Rosenberg going to jump up in that high side. Uh-oh. Choo-choo. Single file line here. Oh, Clark drops to the bottom on Frere. Some help from the 91 as these cars kind of separating out a little bit here. That's what happens when you get a smaller field like this. You don't get the energy that you would think to really be able to make a move. You just kind of got to draft and hope you can get somebody up there to push you a little bit. Rosenberg going to push Clark out there to the front. That 28 car back behind him, that's actually the 3 in the session, so you might be confused by numbers, seeing some different numbers. And this is a hosted session, so the numbers technically aren't like put together yet, as the 48 starting to lose the draft back there. Gingrich ran a good qualifying lap, but unfortunately that car not up to the par right now, apparently. Speedway is going to try to hold on back there. Somebody throw him a hook. Racers watching tonight. If you're a viewer watching tonight, we appreciate you joining us here on the Captain eSports Network as we get ready for... Oh, and around goes Clark off of Rosenberg's nose. And into the inside wall. And that gives Frere the lead and no caution. As Clark unfortunately gets a rude awakening. Oh, and caution gets thrown. Not sure if caution laps count, but caution is thrown. Let's go back and... Brandon Maciejewski in chat is thinking the same thing I was thinking right there. Oh, now's my chance. Which one? You gave me 2 lines. As Diego told me that, let's see, according to what I'm learning here, is Clark might have stood on business or something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Well, the yellow's going to get thrown way over here, so let's actually back up here a little bit. Oh, here he goes. Clark, you got to explain. Whoa, yeah, so basically, as Diego hasn't learned, I don't speak like the cool kid language. So I tell him to give me these words. I don't know what half of them mean. Let's say it again here. So I just look like Clark unfortunately went up a little, maybe to pick up the 28, or might have gotten bumped by Rosenberg, and unfortunately Rosenberg turned him. So Clark unfortunately is now to the back, but the good news is with the laps counting, he's going to have another chance to get up there. And so Dylan Rosenberg stood on business. Did I get that right? Which, by the way, I got a bone to pick with Brandon and you guys that I've been watching. These guys over here I've been watching these guys play college football in their Discord page. For the love of God, could you guys bump your level up to like All-American or something? You guys are playing on rookie if you're beating people by like 100. I'm seeing people putting up like 300-yard games with tight ends. Give me a break. Now, while we pace one more time, let me go back and look, because Brian might be on this. By the way, welcome back, Brian. I'm sorry about your family member there. Dude, Heisman ain't no joke in that game. Let's be oh, nah, 4 wasn't even pushing. He wasn't even close to him. Yeah, Heisman's no joke. I mean, I play on All-American, and I'm losing games still. So Frere's going to lead Rosenberg. Foz not. The People's Champ Paul Gall. You had 14 interceptions against Peachin? What? It happens. I mean, good grief. I mean, I would think after like 3 interceptions, I'm running the ball. The Chippewas of Central Michigan. All right. Was Dan Lefevre your quarterback? Hey, who's running the admin show, by the way? If they exclamation point minus pace laps -1 or something like that, they would win green just now. Ah. FIFA, okay. Do I need to go call a soccer match? Oh, nice. Yeah, the recruiting in there's fun. Wait a minute. Who's the um Diego saying we are calling a soccer match, but I still need a co-host. So like, am I the who's the old man that was on BN? He'd always call like a Lionel Messi game, and he'd like go berserk anytime there was a Messi goal or whatever back when he was on Barcelona. Oh my god, who is the guy's name? I heard him every time. Ray something. I forget his name. All right, pace car going to pull in as you see, we're all over the place here tonight, having a good time with the guys. Jeremy Frere, Dylan Rosenberg on the front row. Frere takes the outside and takes the green flag. Hey, a couple years ago when Atlanta United won the whole thing, I would have been okay with like taking that team back then. They were pretty good. Was it Jose Martinez? I think it was the guy. Oh, easy. Car scrambling everywhere here. All right, so we didn't get to talk, by the way. The whole news today, I brought that video out there. It's a good chance for us to bring it up with 7 to go. Thoughts on the penalty? 6 cars in the lead pack. Paul Gall is off the pace here. Not sure what happened to the 7. He's going to go behind the wall. No pun intended. Of course, after this race, we'll talk to the winner. And then go into the other session. Oh, cars in the wall. Around goes the 28. T-spins. And caution's coming out. Let's see. Everybody kind of scrambled over here in turn 2. Clark's trying to put it up the middle. And then the 4 goes up there to be defensive. And unfortunately, the 91 gets into the wall. A couple cars scramble. The 28 goes spinning. So Jeremy Frere stand on it. And unfortunately, the 28 or 3 of Fosnot ends up with the worst of it. See, Clark was going to try to go middle there, but they were a little too close to the bottom. That's where the contact happens, and everybody racing for the same track position. Gives me a chance to bring up 4D Racewear. You can check out their gloves and shoes and so much awesome merchandise at 4dracewear.com. You can be starting off the GLSR season with new shoes or new gloves, shirts, hats, and so much other stuff that Jim Herrick has there on his website. Check out 4dracewear.com. So guys have left to go get ready for the main event here in just a moment. And again, as soon as this ends, we'll talk to the winner. We'll jump out of the session, actually during the interview probably, and go load into the main event, which will be coming up in a few minutes of 25 laps. And big thanks to Mr. Radiator for coming on board as the premier sponsor. Joey Ladasor, not sure if he'll be here tonight, but we'll see who shows up and is ready to go here in the big event coming up here afterwards. Again, all the drivers that have pretty much won something in the series is what we got here tonight. I'll get one to go this time by. And checking my stat sheet here, that all 5 drivers tonight could have their best finish in 2 seasons. Dalton Carter with terrible dad jokes in Discord, unfortunately. Yeah, 18 viewers here. Appreciate all of you. Of course, I know a decent amount of you guys are probably driving in the series. In the somebody stuck to a road course. There's always that one guy. There's an idea. Host a hosted event at Daytona where everybody's got to go to the road course. So you run the full lap of the oval, and then you have to cut through the bus stop. That'd be kind of fun. Do it in like the Mazda or something. All right, pace car gonna pull off, and back at it we go. 5, make that 6 cars going for the win here. Very spread out restart. Look at Rosenberg going to take to the top side here, use that draft as Clark is off the pace. Not sure if he's got the damage on his car slowing him down or what the deal is here. Oh, now Rosenberg's in the wall as he just went from 4th to 1st. Yes, here we go, final lap. Who's going to win it and get in? Frere looks to the bottom, not able to make a move. Clark right there in line still. 28 jumps to the top. He gets pushed, don't get sideways as Clark is stuck there. He's trying to go bottom. Frere tries to go to the bottom. It's like a horse race all of a sudden here. Cars start hitting each other. Up the track goes 28. There goes Clark into the wall. As Rosenberg brings her off turn 4. Can Frere get somebody else has got the wall? As to the line, Dylan Rosenberg has won the Open. Gets it by 8/100ths over Frere. Robert Lukens third. Quinn Gingrich in fourth, and Fosnot finishing fifth. Clark and Paul Gall, the 7 racers. And Dylan's going to do some donuts. Might not be too good on the engine that he's got to run here in the actual clash here in a couple of minutes. But he's just going to stop, it looks like. So let's talk to him here as Dylan gets himself a win here this evening in the Open. So congratulations to Dylan as he wins this race. Dylan, nice job on winning from the pole there. Obviously the restart pretty big for you as you decide to go Dale through the grass.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First race out with Ace Racing. It's not an official race, but we are in the main event. Sean was in the Discord. He said he was getting a little nervous, but I told him I had something up my sleeve and I wasn't too worried about it. I will admit I didn't have passing 3 cars on the outside coming off of turn 2 on the restart on my bingo card, but here we are. We're moving on to the main event. Let's go.
Obviously, that worked out pretty well for you. In the end, obviously the racing, they're kind of tricky because you only had 7 cars out there, but still to put yourself in the right position there had to be, I guess it kind of set up the chance to get that win with a couple cautions.
Yeah, first of all, I want to apologize to Jason. I kind of stuck the nose in there, and there was kind of sort of a lane, and the spotter said I was outside, and I'm like 99% sure I was up above the yellow. And we just kind of touched. I feel bad about that, but what are you going to do? You got 15 laps, only 1 car is going to make it. Survival of the fittest, I guess. And towards the end there, it got crazy. Jeremy just about squeezed me up into the fence, so there was just enough room where I could maintain the momentum and clear them, and it was just, hold the bottom and drag some brake, try to keep them behind you. Ooh, I'm about out of breath.
Oh, there you go. Well, congratulations. I guess as a compensation for the win, you get to enjoy a public sub before you go to race the next race, which you probably don't know what a public sub is. It's the best subs in the world.
I have no idea. I live under a rock.
We knew that. But anyways, great job. Send some shout-outs whoever you like to.
I'll send some shout-outs to my girlfriend, Amanda. I know for a fact she's watching. Ace Racing, Sean, and Caleb. It's a shame that Caleb got involved in that little mix-up there, but great to have him out here. And shout out to the GLSR officials. This was a great way to kick off the new season. I'm ready to go on a tear.
Are there any rumors that you sing Boston to your girlfriend?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
All right, man. Great job.
Thank you.
You too. And that is Dylan Rosenberg, the winner here of the Open, as he'll go race in the Clash here momentarily that I am currently working on logging into. And we'll go get ready for that race. There it is. It's one of those I had to go find which channel had the password, and I got it. So we're going to load that in and go into the session here. So we'll pause here for a second. We don't have commercials, so I'm just going to literally mute my mic for a second and be right back.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be
All right, back we are. Welcome in. We get ready for the main event here from Daytona. The cars are loaded in. And I am seeing, it looks like about 20 going to be on the grid here. So a pretty good number of cars. About the full grid. Including some returning drivers from time off. Got some new drivers in the series. Our champion's back. Stephen Miles. Or I'm sorry, Sam Fontaine. Miles is here though. See, the Gunslinger Club is back together as I look there. You got the Brewer Motorsports guys. Now, of course, the last time we were at a super speedway, we had a surprise winner, and that came at Talladega Super Speedway, and we're going to bring him up here, and that is the driver of the 3 car, Dalton Carter. I'm going to bring him up here and talk to him here for a minute because, Dalton, last time we were on a super speedway, you went to victory lane in one of the, we'll call it a bigger upset, but that's, more the fact that you've been here a long time, had not gotten a win yet, and you went in there and got yourself a win. Can you do it again tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna hope for it. I think we got a good car, and I think if we can get some little bit of drafting help, we might have a shot at this.
Now, you are in a 3 car. Is there a chance that you move the top 2 to win?
Yeah, no. I don't plan on that unless I get hit into them.
Well, you never know what can happen tonight. All right, well, best of luck here, and have fun.
Thank you.
Absolutely. That is Dalton Carter. I don't remember which channel he's in, but he's in there by himself, so let's just send him the general. And, yeah. All right. So we're going to advance here in a minute, so we're just going to have some fun. This is an exhibition race. I'm warning you in advance. I'm about to jump into some channels here, and this could get spicy really quickly, so adult language could be possible here. They don't know I'm going to do this, but this is what makes this fun, is I just pop into people's channels, kind of like this, and I just say hello to everybody while we're on the air and pop in to the Aced channel here where Dylan Rosenberg is here, the winner of the Open. Sean Peachin, who's the boss man, is here. And then Caleb,
I'm here.
and then
Sorry.
Caleb is here with his ironic, because is Caleb from Indiana also?
Yeah, he's from Lafayette.
He
We
is
grew
now,
up together.
he is now the second Fosnot I know now from Lafayette. So, yeah, so welcome in, Caleb.
Thank you.
Good spinning, race a couple minutes ago.
Yes, it was definitely an interesting race there. So I was trying to go for the high side and just got taken out there a little bit, but it was good racing.
Don't worry, you learn that from the best. I get it. Apple don't fall from the tree, apparently, Sean. Anyways,
Of course.
cars. All right.
Cars.
So we'll leave them alone and let them go ace this race. Good luck.
All right. You want me to? I'm gonna start it here in like 1 minute, if that's cool with you.
Yeah, go
For
ahead.
quality.
We're just sitting there having all
Okay.
fun in the race
Nice.
broadcast. And
Oh,
yeah.
man, let's go. Are we going? Yeah, we got to go, man. I'm ready to go.
Did you enjoy
okay.
that public sub?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. I spit on it earlier. Anyways, all right.
Yeah.
And there's the Brewer Motorsports crew. And, well, what do you know? The Brewer guy's not here. He went on vacation the week of a race. How Brewer of him. We got, let's see, Tyler Pluff, who's still yet to win a race. Quinn Gingrich, who's yet to finish a race. Luke Strayer, who's yet to not choke a race. And Jacob Thornton, you were supposed to race a minute ago.
No, I made it into the actual class.
Oh, how'd you get lucky enough?
Yeah, I know, right?
He
Truck
said
series.
truck
Yeah.
series.
Oh, you got a truck? Okay. All right, see,
Was that Kern, wasn't it?
You won a Kern
Somewhere
County.
he set a lap like a 10th faster than all of us, and it surprised all of us.
Also, he wall rode at Kern County. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. No, in all seriousness. Best of luck, Quinn. Welcome to the league.
Thank you, sir.
You guys could have buy him a new microphone or something? Or at
He's
least,
the sound guy, ironically. He's just
or maybe
degree sound engineering.
maybe show him how to push a button.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
You got a little background static, Quinn.
Oh.
It happens. It's picking up your mic when it's open. Anyways, all right, let's go down to the good luck tonight, guys. You're going to qualify, I think, here in a second. Let's go down here and let's get it 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God. Team interview?
That was not what I expected out of Diego Sainz's mouth.
Yeah.
So how'd I do with the words you gave me?
Honestly, it was perfect. I told Cameron what the word was, and we were waiting for it, and you said it, but I wanted you to say it a little differently. I was trying to get you to say like stand on it.
Like stand on it.
Gotta. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, I see you're qualifying, so I'm gonna leave you alone now. I don't need Cedric to yell at me. So.
I'm dead.
Like that would ever happen.
I mean, you might have done it on the racetrack before. But anyways, all right. Best of luck. That's the Gunslinger team. All right, so they're qualifying now, so we're going to shut the music off here. Okay. All right, let's get out on the track. Let's get serious as these guys go racing here to try to win this clash. And the best part about that, we didn't get a single bad word. That's even better. All right. Let's start with, let's go out here and join Stephen Miles in the 24 car. He's just getting on to the track, it looks like. So let's go find another driver. How about, let's see, AB's out there. Oh, look at this. He's got the Dale colors, literally. Laser racing on track. And these guys are doing single car qualifying, so literally 2 laps and they will get it. Let's see, Bryson, the first one to put a lap up, 50.7. And Devin Ramsey, 50.66. And that lap right there on the bottom the whole way around. So let's see what happens this time. There we go. Getting the right order set up here. Lane Sparling, 66. He's up top right now. Actually, a 6.57 or a 6.59. That's 2 1,000s. Sean Peach and Alex Bryson, Brandon Maciejewski, your top 5 right now. Strayer, Ladisor, Dalton, Cedric Ingram, Dalton Carter, your top 10. Nobody in the purple right now as everybody crosses the line. Let's see. Going to move around here. Bryson goes a little bit faster. Ran the bottom both laps. Dalton to the top at a 56.19. Lucas Strayer, is he going to pull this one out? Bam, 50.58. Here comes the 24 car. He's got some shiny red on his car here. I like it. The Ric Flair drip's been retired from the series. And you know Miles is going to be motivated, falling short for that championship last season. Got himself a couple wins. Brandon Maciejewski pops up to second. Here is the champion right here on track, the 77. Sam Fontaine, as he just completed his first lap. And he is too far low. That's not how you do it. Maybe he was waving after one lap. So Gingrich jumps up here to second. Apparently he's in this race too. And Miles in the purple. Look out now. He has some experience running a super speedway series in another league, so he's learned these tricks from a lot of super speedway pros. And Strayer, you are now second because Miles, 50.534 goes to the pole. And here comes the now. There's no longer a hashtag free Telder. It's back to hashtag EOL Telder. As the Michigan driver back on track here, racing for the one of them teams. I think he's with KJD2, that's right. See him with that 40 Racewear on the side panel. He's one of those guys that wears the gloves and the shoes. And currently 16th fastest. And Telder is warned to be in advance. He said this year he is, and he falls up short of, what else is new? He's going to start 14th, but he did say that he is definitely one that you're going to see a lot of difference out of this year, he says, as he expects to compete for potentially a spot in the playoffs, something he's never done in GLSR. So, and in that case, obviously he's had to work on his racecraft and stuff, and he's been showing me some numbers and things, and we'll see. Anything can happen. All right. Let's take a look at the starting lineup here for the Clash at Daytona, as the cars all grid up. This is not the open. Miles on the pole alongside Lucas Strayer there on the outside. Lucas looking to get back in the win column this season. Quinn Gingrich and Brandon Maciejewski there in row number 2. Blaine Sparling, still the only champion in GLSR history without a win. He's trying to change that as he starts there in the 5th position alongside Diego Sainz. Tyler Pluff and Jason Dalton, row 4. Row 5, AB. And Richard Midkiff. Cam Ingram, last time he was in a Clash race in another series, he went to victory lane. Jacob Thornton there in the outside of row number 6. Row 7 is Cedric Ingram and the champ from last season, Sam Fontaine. Devin Ramsey and Matt Telder going to start in row 8. Row 9, Joey Ladisor and Sean Peachin. Dalton Carter, Brian Sutphin, welcome back to Brian. And thoughts and prayers with his family, obviously, with the loss on his side. And Dylan Rosenberg, the winner from the Clash Open, going to start there on the final spot on the grid. As cars roll off here. Appreciate everybody hanging out here tonight. If you're new to the chat, hit that subscribe button. If you're not new, we appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us. Make sure you share the stream with your friends and family as we get ready for the big race coming up here next week from the Talladega Super Speedway. It'll be the opener of season 4. Been here pretty much since season 1. Tried to race in one of the seasons and then obviously took about a 2-season break before coming back. It's been fun to get to know a lot of these guys and watch all the changes go on throughout the seasons. Of course, it all started out one of the first series I ever got a chance to broadcast back when I came back in 2020. Here we are 4 years later, and officially will be a part of my, let's see, we did 10, 4, so what, 14 seasons now. This will be the 11th one. I think the 12th one that I've been a part of. So looking forward to it. As I believe broadcasting 11 of them. I don't know how to count. But either way, I do know how to count the green flag. And the laps that count there as 25 of them will be ran here to start the Clash in the Mr. Radiator GLSR Premier Series as the green flag waves, and we're underway from Daytona. And as mentioned before, our camera is presented by TrackCams22.com. You check them out online on Facebook and the iRacing forums at TrackCams22.com. As the bottom lane gets up to speed with Stephen Mile. Oh, Lucas Strayer, did he drop a hot pocket or something? I mean, he shot to the bottom and went to the back. Gingrich right there behind Miles. Blaine Sparling with help from Maciejewski as they try to work that outside lane. As Miles leads lap 1. Bryson there pushing his teammate on the bottom side. The 5 of Cam Ingram there. Blaine Sparling on the outside lane. Help from Maciejewski in that 93, and then Diego Sainz in that flame-colored black and white and yellow number 44. front bumper here. Side by side to the 48, trying to get that outside line rolling there. As everybody in the pack, Brian Sutphin just kind of hanging out back there towards the back right now. But all these cars 2 by 2 for the most part. As this is a good opportunity for myself and others to get used to these colors. As Jason Dalton, a chrome and red, white number 2 car. I like that scheme. Right there behind the 44 as they go to turn 1. Speed's about 190 miles an hour in this draft. 40 Racewear car of Devin Ramsey. There's a lot of soaring at Mr. Radiator car. Of course, the boss man there's Lucas Strayer once again. I think he's dancing. That's the move I usually did when I would race super speedways and hang in the back. I would just start swerving. But the difference was I was like dancing to music when that normally happened. Just a prelude of what you'll see next week in Talladega. And Sutphin just kind of hanging out in the back, which I kind of like that idea right now when you have a race that's not that long. As 48 gets out of shape up the track he goes. And he's going to get shuffled back. With Blaine Sparling still in that outside lane there with Maciejewski, that Terry Labonte throwback on that 93. The 44s mentioned the signs. But you look, as I mentioned, towards the back here, there's a lot of sword, and there's your Talladega winner from last season. Dalton Carter in that 3 car. Good job maintaining right now. Just kind of riding. You see Fontaine checking up a little bit. Oh, he's got to be very careful to check up. Yes, you are seeing my camera on the screen for a second. I'm actually fixing an air. As you see now, Miles has moved to the top side here, so you're seeing teammates go to work here a little bit. And I think Miles is more going to try to protect that top side a little bit. Where's that camera? There it is. It's a good thing about an exhibition race. I can kind of work on some things. All right. You would think I'd have my camera saved by now. Up top, Sean Peachin going to go 3 wide. Going to stick that car in the middle there. That's Thornton in the middle there. And you see the 91 of Rosenberg's got the wall. And now Peachin just got the wall. That just killed the momentum of both those cars now as they're going to have to pick up Fontaine here. Fontaine, the first driver in series history, in the history of this whole entire GLSR series, to win 3 championships. Pushing back to Zach Allman, who's a 2-time champion, and also the Keith Calhoun, William Calhoun. He's got 2 different names. Who, of course, a 2-time champion. You see Miles just kind of working both lanes. He's got Bryson. He's got a teammate. Blaine put him 3 wide, but Maciejewski's going to go with Miles here and hang. Oh, we're going to stack him up 3 wide. Now we're going to have some contact. Oh, and in the wall goes the 29 of Midkiff. And caution's going to come out. He and Peachin come together. So we make it 8 laps in the yellow. And see if Midkiff's able to get it back to pit road. I'm not sure if they have a reset here tonight. He's going to get the car rolling. Let's see what happened here. He's just already sideways there. Let's look at it again. Draw further back. And he and Peachin just come together. Everybody does a great job of avoiding. So we can get a crash cam look here. Oh, right there, yeah. Great job by Rosenberg. I believe he got through there. Go even further back and look at this shot. There's almost some contact right there. Peachin tries to go to the top side here, and they just come together. Rosenberg gets very minor damage as he gets on the binders and misses out on that wreck. Great job by him. Very, should be very light damage on all these cars from that. Shouldn't be too bad. They'll be able to get in there and get it fixed up or get the reset if they have one. Again, I'm unsure if they do or not. Gives me an opportunity to give a shout out to Man Mark over at MC Racing and from downtown Fort Wayne, of course, with the simulators and all. If you're heading into past the Fort Wayne area or maybe heading into town and you're looking for something to do, you can always check out mcracing.com and jump on those simulators. Even if you got somebody who maybe has never done sim racing before and you want to introduce them to it, it's the perfect spot to do so. They'll get the full thing from the vibrations to the sound to the steering wheel. I mean, everything. It's all authentic. It's all cool. And you might even catch the captain on the air in there sometimes. So big shout out to Mark and mcracing.com or .com. MC Racing in downtown. I'm used to the 4D part. All right, so we got 10 laps. And now you can't help but wonder. I think it's going to start to amp up here a little bit. These guys had a moment to kind of ride and get the feel. A lot of the drivers hanging out in their own channels. As I look through the GLSR Discord, and only a few in here. Let's take a look at it for those who are just joining us. Want to see the schedule for this season in the campaign, the 4th season here in the premier car of GLSR. Starts here tonight at Daytona. Of course, Talladega next week for the opener. Darlington, race number 2 on the season, and Charlotte Motor Speedway the week after Labor Day weekend. Barber Motorsports Park, a road course for the 4th race. First time you'll see stock cars on that track. Should be interesting. Nashville Super Speedway on the 25th. In October, we hit Bristol, Eldora in the trucks. It actually swaps over. We're doing truck racing at Eldora for 1 week, and then back to Indianapolis, New Hampshire, Dover on Halloween. A monster Halloween, kind of makes sense. And in Michigan, and then we kick off the playoffs at Chicagoland Speedway. Usually that was the finale, but now it's going to kick off the season. Road America, a road course back on the schedule in the playoffs. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Kern County going to make its series debut in the Premier Series right before Auto Club Speedway. So 2 weeks in a little bit of a West Coast trip, if you will. 3 weeks. There, Vegas, Kern County there, which is in Bakersfield. And, of course, Auto Club Speedway. So if you're looking for a series to be a part of on Wednesday nights, I believe there's still some openings. You can sign up and be a part of this series. Of course, tonight, one of 3 straight nights, you'll see some racing here. Tomorrow night, we go to Chicagoland Speedway for a league race, and then we're back on dirt Friday night. After a successful week last week, we'll go back at it again from Cedar Lake this coming Friday night. So the Laser Racing teammates of Miles and Bryson on the front row. Cam Ingram, Brandon Maciejewski. Row 2. Row 3, Cedric Ingram, Devin Ramsey. Sparling, Dalton, Signs, and Fontaine, your top 10 cars. As we come to the green flag, how about we kick off this season with a little turn it up? Business starting to pick up. Front there goes Cedric Ingram through the grass. And caution comes back out as Carter, Ladasur, Jacob Thornton, Lucas Strayer stops over there on the front straightaway. As soon as we come back, the caution waves as the racing was really starting to pick up. Add Diego Sainz to the list of damaged cars. I was wondering how long we would get, and we made it all the way through the segment, but unfortunately, immediately afterwards, we were back under yellow here. Let's see what happened here. You had the Gunslinger Club up there to top side. Oh, and Ladasur gets into the 19, add Fontaine to the list of damaged cars. Sutphin gets through there. Matter of fact, both of your Super Speedway winners from last season involved in that. Look like Cedric might have hesitated there just a little bit. You see the damage on Fontaine's car. Pluff does a good job going through the grass. That's one of those. I think Cedric goes to make the move to the middle, and I think he decided to go back up and decided to come back down. And it's very easier to, it's so easy for me to Monday morning quarterback this, because I've been in those similar spots. But obviously, Cedric's probably going to look at this and be like, I should have stayed behind Cam. But you watch right here, he's going to go down and then come back up and inside. I'm going to go back down, put himself in a bad spot. Carter in a lot of sorts took some licks there. It's a tough break there for those guys involved, and they'll come back down pit road here and get the damage fixed. And Dalton Carter had to take his car at least to pit road. See what happened in his view here. Spun right into his living room there, and bam. Unfortunately, takes a lick, goes flying into the air. And unfortunately, I think the engine went kaboom in that car. So that's with 9 laps to go. Miles has pretty much led every lap here in this race. I don't have a lead lap ticker in front of me. But needless to say, he's been up there in the top 2 positions the whole entire night. He, Bryson, now Ramsey, they're up to 3rd. Who's having a great run. Started 15th up to 3rd. And of course, Maciejewski and Blaine Sparling up to 4th and 5th. Dalton Telder, Cam Ingram, Sean Peach, and Dylan Rosenberg. Let's see, we've got a couple drivers here in chat. Let's talk with Luke here. Let's bring Strayer up here into the booth. Obviously, Luke running towards the back there. Stopped your car, obviously, to miss that wreck. And so the question here is obviously, is it go time now when the green comes out?
Oh, I mean, when you pulled me up, I literally was telling my teammates, okay, it's time to be stupid. So it is 100% go time. I'm hoping the 3rd lane gets used. I'm a pretty good pusher, so we'll see which one of these guys in front of me trusts me and wants to jump up in front. But yeah, it's go time. You're gonna see some craziness happen. We got 7 laps to go, 6 when they get the green, so we're gonna have some fun.
That's all that matters here. Obviously, a fun event so far, been successful. The $1 million question here now is what do you do to get the car in victory lane?
So we're gonna have to rely heavily on the 3rd line. I know 3rd line here can be very tricky. You're gonna have to really trust the drivers around you. Luckily, this league is actually very clean, so I trust almost every single driver here that will keep it together. So we're going to use the 3rd lane, and we're just going to go for it. I mean, I got my teammates right behind me. I got my friends behind me, so we're just going to have to go. But I think we may have one more crash. I wouldn't be surprised if someone gets a little shaky in the middle and just doesn't hang on, but it's about to get fun.
So just evaluating your car here as you come to the green, this has a very Great Clips look to it.
It is. It's Casey Canes and Brad Sweet from the end of 2012. Swapped some sponsors on it, but yeah, it was I guess a 2-off paint scheme that I thought looks cool, and it's going to be my ride this year.
Very interesting considering you are probably taller than both of them stacked on each other.
I actually have pictures of both of them because they race around my area, and it's bad. Each time I've been next to them, they've asked me, how tall are you? And they just look up like, oh my goodness.
All right, man. Best of luck.
Thanks, man.
Yep. That is Luke Strayer, who is part of the Brew crew. Let's get him down here. I had him there for a second. As pace car pulls off, and let's see what he can do with it. As he'll start in the back behind the teammates of Miles and Bryson as they team up and take the green with 7 to go. Ramsey 3rd, right there with Maciejewski. Ooh, did Miles get too good of a restart? Maciejewski with Dalton there behind him. I think if you're going to make moves, you got to really start making them. You can't hesitate. Get what you can get right now. Especially if they're going to try to break up that laser racing crew at the top. And Strayer said he was hoping the top lane would open up, and well, he's going to open it up himself. So he goes to the top side 3 wide. On board with Dalton as he pushes the milk car, the Kellogg's Cornflake 93. Maciejewski to the outside. Strayer still got that third line coming with that 48 of Gingrich pushing. They crossed the line, 5 laps to go. Boy, they better hold on here. This is going to get wild. No points on the line or anything, just the right to say you won the Clash at Daytona. As somebody just scraped the wall towards the back there. It might have been Fontaine. It sure was. Middle lane getting a little bit of an advantage there with Dalton doing a good job of pushing Brandon. Which is funny because in chat during the open, Brandon was like, I'm a good pusher. Oh, how you feel about getting pushed? That's 4 laps to go. As Strayer has to run to the top side. And here he comes with help now. Easy. Saw Dalton get out of shape there a little bit. Gingrich has got the wall. That's going to kill the momentum of the top side for a split second. As Sparling and Ramsey there, bottom side. Talder joining the battle in the bottom. Here comes Rosenberg up the middle in the 91. Going to bring his new teammate Sean Peachin with him. Oh, cars are moving around. The bumping getting bigger and bigger every lap. As Maciejewski clears it a lead. Some contact, some more. Two to go. Can he get back to the white flag? And noises popping in my ear. Oh, there we go. Contact Miles into the wall. Bryson gets turned. Miles hard into the wall with the 48. Strayer gets in it. Cam Ingram. And just like that, the car that's led the most laps tonight, unfortunately, is junk. Dalton's damaged. And I'm seeing final lap. I think the race is over. Well, Brandon Maciejewski in the 93 car. We'll show a replay here in a minute. Apparently no green, white checkers set up. Dalton Carter going to finish second. Alex Bryson. Oh, maybe now EB will finish second. Some wild, frantic racing there as they came to the white flag. And this race going to end under yellow. As the checkered flag waves, and Brandon Maciejewski has won the Clash at Daytona. With Bryson second, Dylan Rosenberg third, Devin Ramsey, Sean Peach in your top five. Let's show the replay of what brought the caution out here. All I saw was the 24 get turned from the camera angle we were at. Let's go crash cam here. It happens at the end of the straightaway. Oh, a little check up there, and Rosenberg got into Dalton. Just an unfortunate circumstance there, unfortunately. Miles took a lick. You know he's going to be disappointed, leading all them laps, and unfortunately just gets taken out of his hands. Gingrich gets involved in it. We'll see once more here from you see a flame come out of the 2 car. That's him checking up. Right about there. And I think what that is Dalton is letting out the gas just to not push the 93 into the corner. And Dylan unfortunately gets in the vacuum and it just turns him. Oh, did he blow up? Okay, thank you. Tell her clarifying that Dalton blew up. So he got too hot. Now, in that case, you can't blame Dylan for it. So Maciejewski wins it as we take a look at the final results here. Brandon wins it. Bryson second, Dylan Rosenberg third, Ramsey fourth, and Peach in fifth. Sparling, Sutphin, Ingram, Telder, Pluff, top 10. Fontaine, Dalton, Gingrich, Ingram, Cam Ingram finished at 14th. Stephen Miles 15th. That's a bummer, dude. Wow. He and Bryson are going to be strong next week at Dega. Strayer 16th, Sign 17th, Thornton, Midkiff, Ladisor, Dalton Carter, your 21 starters in this race here this evening. Not sure what the prize was for tonight, but maybe it's a free bowl of ice cream or something. I don't know. Talk to our top 3 finishers here. Let's start with the guy that went to victory lane in the first race and nearly did it again in the second race here. Obviously, Dylan, great job here tonight. Obviously, some tough circumstances there at the end of this race, but man, what a night for you getting a first and a third.
I mean, if I'm talking to you twice in one night, I'm doing something right.
Well, in fairness, you talk to me every day.
This is true, but still. We're on the broadcast here. We are on the air.
There you are.
This is official.
There you go. Well, great job tonight, man. Talk about the racing out there. It definitely got very wild at the end there.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. Like, it played out about how I would expect it to. It's a lot different with 7 cars versus like the 21 that we had here.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a 2-lane track. You can make a 3rd lane, but like you saw when we were 3 wide. Guys are bouncing off other cars or off the wall, and it's just really narrow, and there's really nowhere to go. But Sean and we navigated the traffic. We missed not 1, not 2, but 3 wrecks. I got a 0x through the whole thing when I should have died probably 3 different times, but somehow we made it through it. It's a shame that Dalton blew up in front of me. I thought initially I gave him a bad bump and wrecked the field, but I looked at the replay and he actually blew up. It makes me feel a little better, but it's unfortunate that we weren't able to race it out to the end there. But I mean, that was a great race. We're going to Talladega next week to officially kick the season off. I mean, I'm ready to run it back. I'll start now.
There you go. Well, you got 40 laps under your chest here tonight. Well, great job tonight, and send some shout outs to everybody too.
Well, once again, thank you, Amanda. I love you. I know you're watching.
Aww.
Ace Racing, we got it going on. Yes. Ace Racing's got it going on right now. GLSR officials. This is a great event, and I can't wait to get it going for real next week. I mean, I got it rolling. I'm a Chevy guy, but maybe there's something to this Ford Mustang.
Look out now. Don't tell Dalton Carter that. Great job, man.
Thank you.
Everybody. Ace Motorsports got himself a top 3 with Dylan Rosenberg up there in the 3rd position. Big congrats to him. And shout out to AB. I'm not sure if he's going to come over here or not, but on the 2nd place finish, we'll look for him here in just a moment. But Brandon Maciejewski going to victory lane here tonight, winning the clash here at Daytona with the Terry Labonte paint schemes. Congratulations, Brandon, obviously. Instead of Bluey, you swapped over to a cat, and you're in victory lane now.
Yeah, I just threw it up there. I thought I had Bluey on the car still, but I remember we had the throwback scheme night, and definitely with some good luck tonight for sure. Had us out front, got lucky there at the end.
Seemed like it was
just missed us by inches.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Seemed like it was very tough to pass, to finish up that pass. I mean, Miles and Bryson obviously had a great tandem going on, and they were working well together as they always do. But you obviously found Dalton there behind you, pushing you, and he was able to just get you out far enough.
Yeah, man, huge thanks to him for sticking on that bumper. I know we got kind of locked in 3 wide there, and it gets a little scary when you're that close running this fast. And we got the job done. I hate to see him get tore up because he deserved to be up there racing for the win too. But we just got a little lucky there. Everything kind of missed us, and happened to be right place, right time.
Got to be a good feeling to be in victory lane already.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't get us locked into the playoffs for the season, so we got some work to do there, but that just starts next week. But it's definitely going to give us a little bit of momentum going in. I think anytime you can get into victory lane, it's a good feeling. It's a good momentum boost, and we'll just try to carry it off into next week and see what we can do at Talladega.
Well, great job tonight, man, and send some shouts if you like to.
Yeah, man, thanks. Huge shout out to my buddies Michael and Lawrence. They were in Discord helping me out. Michael was spotting until he dropped out, and Lawrence jumped over. And he was spotting through stream, so it was a little bit of a delay, but he was trying to
I think you're clear. I think you're clear. I think you're clear.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of I thinks, but it was good to have somebody in the ear, just kind of helping direct where we're going and keep the nerves calm. Big shout out to Sean and GLSR and all the admins, Sam, Luke. Everybody that puts the show on, keeps the lights on for us, and does all the cool stuff. And then big shout out to the Captain eSports Network. If you guys get a chance, go check them out. That's all you guys in the stream. I see all 8 of you. Check them out. Go follow them. They stream our races on Wednesday nights. He's got tons of other leagues with great drivers. It's good to see all that racing. Plus, he's one of my favorite broadcasters. So go out there, check him out. And big thanks to my wife for reminding me not to miss this race tonight as we were putting our kid to bed.
Wow. Big call on that one. Wow.
Yeah. She said, because I told her, I said, hey, I got a race tonight, and she made sure.
That's a keeper right there.
Don't fall asleep. Go race. So
now you can go to sleep.
Now I can go to sleep.
There you go, buddy. Good job.
Thanks, man.
You too.
Have a good night.
You too, buddy. Brandon Maciejewski, the winner here tonight, as he goes to victory lane, and a big shout out to the wife there. Big call on that one. That's a. You don't get many of those kind of support and that kind of thing. So nice job on his part and her part for helping him out. But see, our 2nd place finisher has gotten in here. AB, Big Daddy, as we like to call him. Of course, he's running both Dale schemes here in the series, and at least in this race here tonight. And Alex, obviously, not the finish. I know as a team, you guys, one of you and Miles, obviously work together as always really well. Looked like he had a chance there, and unfortunately it kind of got taken away there at the end, but still a P2 run.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good run. Me and Miles have always worked together well. I wish I could run more plate racing with him. It's always a fun experience to run with him and push him and kind of work with him. He's very smart when it comes to this kind of stuff, so I tend to be trying to chase him down and be with him when when it matters most. But yeah, I mean, that's just plate racing. It looks like maybe he might have blown up Jason Dalton's who I'm talking about here, and it happens. It's plate racing, and like I was telling Miles before I got off, because I totally forgot that I had to get an interview, and I was just like, it's plate racing, but it reinvigorates me for next Wednesday, so it kind of gets my spirits back up and kind of gets me back into routine, and we just go from there.
So obviously you guys, showed that you guys can control the pack. It's what you did here tonight for most of those laps. Going to Talladega next week, obviously should be about the same. But I'm more looking ahead at these other races coming up. As I've seen every season, you just continue to get better and better and better. Is this expectations this season for you? Is it more than one win this season?
Oh, definitely. Definitely want to go for multiple wins. I don't think obviously I've never won multiple races in this series. Just always looking to steadily improve, and I feel like this year is really the year. There's a lot of good competition out there, the usual people that are up front, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to cut myself short this year, and I'm ready to fully, put on the attack and show them what this 38 is really made of.
Well, great job tonight, man. Send some shout out to everybody like to.
I got to shout out my wife and kids, especially my wife. Let me take time out of our busy lives to do this. Got to thank my wife's grandmother. Got to thank my teammates, Steve Miles. Devin Ramsey was talking to him tonight. He helped out a lot there with us towards the end. Got to shout out my dad. I got to thank you for putting on an amazing broadcast. I was kind of watching it as I was racing, which that's something I never, ever do is watch a broadcast while I'm racing. Because, I'm like, oh, squirrel. And kind of just veer off and then again, I'm kind of looking up and seeing who's wrecking, and I'm like, okay, so so-and-so wrecked, so that kind of helps us out a little bit more, but who else I got to thank? I think that's it, honestly.
There you go. Well, great job tonight, man. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
All right, man. Take care.
You too, buddy. Alex Bryson, the second place finisher here tonight. Obviously, not fully what they expected, but still gets a P2 here tonight as he and Miles pretty much controlled the field for the most part before the last couple laps there taking place here. But that sets us up for next week. It is Talladega Super Speedway for the Premier Series as they get ready to kick off their fourth season here of GLSR racing in the Xfinity car, or the B car, whatever you want to call it. But it's been a lot of fun here from Daytona, but we're going to roll up the road and hit 95 to 10 all the way to, I guess you go up 75 to 20 and cut across from Atlanta over to Talladega instead of going up 65. You can do either way. Get on the American Truck Sim and go that way. Put it like that. So tomorrow night we'll be back from Chicagoland Speedway, and I'll have a league race there, and then of course some great racing in the next 3 nights. Looking forward to that. Right now I'm going to go get some sleep because it's already been a long week of work. So we're going to head out. Big shout out to the admins of GLSR for putting on this special event and allowing me to come up here and broadcast it and kind of get loosened up, get used to the guys again in the series as we get ready to go Talladega next week. Mr. Radiator, of course, for sponsoring the Premier Series, and one last shout out before we move on to, of course, Downrange for what they've done for the last couple seasons, obviously, and passing the torch to the Radiator. So great job to everybody involved. So let's head out. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Are you saying Wednesday again? Have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. And remember, this isn't just any game. It's iRacing. See ya!
copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, reused, retransmitted in any form without the authorized written consent of Captain eSports Network. Captain would like to thank all of his loyal fans for your continued support, and he hopes you enjoyed today's broadcast.
The following is a special presentation.
From the Captain eSports Network.